Yes.
I kill everybody else in the room.
And as I'm doing it, I hold Tango out on one hand, and I just think to him, or I say in Dinosaur, like King of the World, as we like, and then I like get off like nothing happened.
That's funny. Nick's chuckling at it. Nick probably makes some sort of like, this isn't Titanic. Paint me like one of your French girls, Matt.
Doesn't look like it on our side.
He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that prepared. He is going to. Oh, he's gonna unload one of his most powerful spells at all of you.
Fuck.
Magic missile.
Kill.
He just side eyes you and looks at Arabella and says, "Of all the places you wanted to fucking teleport us, you brought us right in front of the king's nose."
Yeah, because I have to warn the fucking king. So you should probably leave. Go slink off into your little hole. And maybe warn your people.
He looks like he's about to punch you.
There is a 1,000-year-old dragon burning down a city with over 100 giants right now. I don't have time.
Remember, the only reason that any of that worked back there is because of me.
Yeah. Do you want a prize?
So Brianna took part in a nightmare ritual as a child.
Yes.
You feel one of them being activated in the museum.
Okay.
Brianna, I'd like you to make a concentration check to maintain your casting of the spell.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I will treat this as violent motion because this is violent to your emotions.
And I apologize. Remind me again what I'm rolling. Is my charisma ability modifier, or is
this is a concentration check?
Somebody redeem a complication quick.
My
So it's a
apologies.
Has redeemed a complication.
It is a D20 plus your caster level plus your ability modifier.
Thank you.
So you see that guy shows up and swings at you, and it scrapes across your armor as you cast your spell.
Go. Mithril breastplate, bitch.
All right, Majenko flies over. Lumbracer, I've got you!
Can he do a flyby heal?
Sure.
Get out! Get out! No!
Sure, he'll go right there.
I am sorry, I am trying to be helping, but...
What happened to Trinia?
She just disappeared.
I did.
We lost the kid.
I am not understanding. She just got hit by one of those raisins. She disappeared. She is gone.
And Arabella said I turned to stone?
You were a statue. Welcome back.
You know what? I just give him a hug. A big chalky hug.
Okay.
This is not the time!
Let's get this battle underway. We're going down. Get down, get down. Biddle-dip. Jungle boogie.
It is Toivo's turn. Toivo appears, closes his eyes as you explain what's going on, turns its head to look at, or to its head so it's facing the Hound of Tindalos. So Matt and Brian, you hear the cat just growl real low and dangerous. Nick, you hear meow meow, I can smell you, meow meow meow. Roll your attacks.
You can read that there is a contemplation about the others in the room and their responses, regardless of what his answer is.
As in, he's concerned about what his response will be because of the people in the room.
Yes.
I kill everybody else in the room.
And as I'm doing it, I hold Tango out on one hand, and I just think to him, or I say in Dinosaur, like King of the World, as we like, and then I like get off like nothing happened.
That's funny. Nick's chuckling at it. Nick probably makes some sort of like, this isn't Titanic. Paint me like one of your French girls, Matt.
Doesn't look like it on our side.
He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that prepared. He is going to. Oh, he's gonna unload one of his most powerful spells at all of you.
Fuck.
Magic missile.
Kill.
He just side eyes you and looks at Arabella and says, "Of all the places you wanted to fucking teleport us, you brought us right in front of the king's nose."
Yeah, because I have to warn the fucking king. So you should probably leave. Go slink off into your little hole. And maybe warn your people.
He looks like he's about to punch you.
There is a 1,000-year-old dragon burning down a city with over 100 giants right now. I don't have time.
Remember, the only reason that any of that worked back there is because of me.
Yeah. Do you want a prize?
So Brianna took part in a nightmare ritual as a child.
Yes.
You feel one of them being activated in the museum.
Okay.
Brianna, I'd like you to make a concentration check to maintain your casting of the spell.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I will treat this as violent motion because this is violent to your emotions.
And I apologize. Remind me again what I'm rolling. Is my charisma ability modifier, or
this is a concentration check.
Somebody redeem a complication quick.
My
So it's a
apologies.
Has redeemed a complication.
It is a d20 plus your caster level plus your ability modifier.
Thank you.
So you see that guy shows up and swings at you, and it scrapes across your armor as you cast your spell.
Go. Mithril breastplate, bitch.
All right, Majenko flies over. Lumbracer, I've got you!
Can he do a flyby heal?
Sure.
Get out! Get out! No!
Sure, he'll go right there.
I am sorry, I am trying to be helping, but...
What happened to Trinia?
She just disappeared.
I did.
We lost the kid.
I am not understanding. She just got hit by one of those raisins. She disappeared. She is gone.
And Arabella said I turned to stone?
You were a statue. Welcome back.
You know what? I just give him a hug. A big jockey hug.
Okay.
This is not the time!
Let's get this battle underway. We're going down. Get down, get down. Ba-da-da-da. Jungle Boogie.
It is Toivo's turn. Toivo appears, closes his eyes as you explain what's going on, turns its head to look at, or to its head so it's facing the Hound of Tindalos. So Matt and Brian, you hear the cat just growl real low and dangerous. Nick, you hear meow meow, I can smell you, meow meow meow. Roll your attacks, please.
You can read that there is a contemplation about the others in the room and their responses, regardless of what his answer is.
As in, he's concerned about what his response will be because of the people in the room.
Yes.
I kill everybody else in the room.
And as I'm doing it, I hold Tango out on one hand, and I just think to him, or I say in Dinosaur, like King of the World, as we like, and then I like get off like nothing happened.
That's funny. Nick's chuckling at it. Nick probably makes some sort of like, this isn't Titanic. Hate me like one of your French girls, Matt.
Doesn't look like it on our side.
He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that prepared. He is going to. He's gonna unload one of his most powerful spells at all of you.
Fuck.
Magic missile.
You killed.
He just side eyes you and looks at Arabella and says, "Of all the places you wanted to fucking teleport us, you brought us right in front of the king's nose."
Yeah, because I have to warn the fucking king. So you should probably leave. Go slink off into your little hole. And maybe warn your people.
He looks like he's about to punch you.
There is a 1,000-year-old dragon burning down a city with over 100 giants right now. I don't have time.
Remember, the only reason that any of that worked back there is because of me.
Yeah. Do you want a prize?
So Brianna took part in a nightmare ritual as a child.
Yes.
You feel one of them being activated in the museum.
Okay.
Brianna, I'd like you to make a concentration check to maintain your casting of the spell.
Oh, yes. Okay.
I will treat this as violent motion because this is violent.
Day troll in the twilight, quest begins at night. City trapped in chaos, crimson thrones lost light. Whispered spells and shadows, Runelord casting fear. Heroes forge their fate now, Korvosa draws near. Rise up, heroes brave, face the Runelord flame. In the dark we stand, Korvosa in our hands. Battles fought with valor, blades of fire and steel. Ancient runes of power, truths they now reveal. Tyrants thrown of the story city now our own. Whispered spells in shadows, Runelord casting fear. Heroes forge their fate now, Korvosa draws near. Rise up, heroes brave, face the Runelord's way. In the dark we stand, Korvosa in our hands. Battles fought with valor, blades of fire and steel. Ancient runes of power, truths they now reveal. Tyrant's throne is trembling, echoes of the past. Runes of wrath are crumbling, victory at last. Echo chants of glory, legends carved in stone. Claimers of the story, city now our own.
Always the microphone. Always. Welcome on in, everybody. Thank you for joining us today for the Claimers Conquest tabletop RPG set in Pathfinder 1st edition. For those of you who don't know, for those of you who maybe knew this campaign takes place after... Boom! 55. 55. Someone beat that. Beat that, somebody. Welcome on in, everybody. Set in the Pathfinder 1st edition, it is the aftermath of two campaigns, the Rise of the Runelords and the Curse of the Crimson Throne. These are characters and players from both of those campaigns right here for funsies. I am going to hand it on over to Andrew because my brain is not working today. Andrew, take it away and let us know what prizes we have won.
By the way, Rockheim, you are free to go ahead and beat that. I think on one hand, you're one of maybe 5 people on all the subscribers that can beat that month. That month length.
55.
That's a pretty solid streak.
Yes.
I can't post mine though, but not yet anyway.
Not until your date.
Yeah. That is massively impressive.
It's awesome, for sure.
So, our last game, our recap, last we left off, Naveen, Miles, Steffi, and Brianna wandered and wended through the massive winding sewers, following Bulbul's directions until they arrived at a cluster of shanties on rickety pilings that created a dock in a location of the sewers known as the Overflow Warrens. The party sought to interrogate or neutralize one Mr. Calvister, but he was not alone. They were attacked by a guard of drowning devils who covered the man's escape. Additionally, they navigated a tense situation with the Cerulean Society members who were there, but however, despite their tenacious tracking, Mr. Calvister escaped, promising retribution from his mistress after jumping through a sluice gate that led to a prodigious falls. You all discovered on some of his wounds that the blood that was left behind certainly did not resemble a human's blood. But that is not where we open. Today, we open in the stinking swamps of the Mush Fens, somewhere buried in this wild and twisted, dangerous and remote landscape is a relic of a bygone era. A palace sunken into the morass. A palace to once a queen, repurposed by the usurper queen Iliosa, and now dwelling and work area of one Arabella da Costa. It grows darker much earlier in the swamps of the Mush Fens, and you can hear the sounds of strange creatures at any hour of the day outside. This latent strangeness and danger is where Arabella now finds herself most comfortable. At the highest level of the slanted pyramid is a room with a suspended sphere of whirling blood, faces and images and forms once roiling through its surface, now grown still, a placid globe of crimson blood. Arabella, for the past week, 2 weeks almost, has been feverishly studying a way to reawaken this pool and use it against a new enemy overshadowing the Queen's threat. Just one aspect of multiple projects that the bright minds of the Korvosans are turning themselves to, a Korvosan project. Arabella, you sit at the foot of this pool of blood, this where it drips to the ground. You're just outside of its radius. The hulking form of the undead Annis hag, who you have guarding and doing manual labor here, and the sunken queen sits silently, its twisted, fleshy grin smirking at you even through death. I believe you have one more roll to make.
Yep. And it is a spellcraft or knowledge arcana. I guess it doesn't really matter. It's the same. I'm gonna use moment of prescience on this roll. Make sure I do not fail. And I'll use an Arcanist point to increase my caster level.
Wow, a 75.
75. Either knowledge arcana or spellcraft. I thought we were doing knowledge arcana.
You haven't slept in days.
Yep.
Weeks. You're not sure when you last slept because it's not important right now to you. And even though you don't feel the need to sleep through your magically induced mania, your body keeps the score. Your eyes look sunken, your hair is frazzled, your skin has this, doesn't have like the sheen of like a refreshed. You're left a lot of your own care, pouring every effort into studying this pool, into unlocking whatever this promised nuclear weapon against the rising Runelord is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And after 8 additional hours in a 16-hour stretch, you believe you've finally learned the final piece to waking the Everdawn pool. And I will send that to you on GChat. As you learn and compile all your notes, and you form it into, and you write it into your spell book, or you write it somewhere that you can access it, so you can compose this so you can perform this ritual. Shift now over to the Golden Key Emporium, where Dalibor and some of his colleagues work on a project of their own to fight the minions of Karzoug. Dalibor, you are in your workshop with Dalivor, as always, working on when you work on alchemical things, and Kegger, your assistant. But you've also called over Phaeton Skoda,
yes,
the alchemist of hedge wizardry, who is there with you, not pictured, and is something of an accomplished alchemist himself, having helped you create the cure for Bloodveil several months ago. Additionally, you have one more figure who was sent to assist you, but you did not call for, sent directly by the crown to assist you. And that is the lugubrious Count Enosh Dowager.
Oh. Okay.
Volunteers, he also has alchemical experience and is interested and willing to assist you in the development of certain weapons.
The giant bombs.
Yes. So
usually you pay double for that kind of action, Cotton.
Yeah, well, I'll take all the action I can get. I'll take
or
all the action I can get.
Yeah. But Dalibor, you have a monumental task before you. You know that these huge swimming pools that you've relocated to the Golden Key, you're not going to be able to turn all of them into bombs today. Really, what you're looking for is, how are you going to distill these down into throwables by siege weapons or giants that are allied to you, or eventually even people in just handheld versions, in handheld versions. What you need is enough to take with you to Flameford.
I had an idea.
Okay.
But it relies on the fact on whether or not Dalibor knows a specific spell exists, which is going to be up to you. It is called the Fabricate spell, which would allow me to turn those metals into the metal objects that I need to hold the bombs.
That would be a simple knowledge arcana roll, DC 25.
All right. Knowledge arcana. I don't need to roll, but I will anyhow.
So yeah, you know without rolling. I mean, you don't have to roll for any spell with what your bonus is, unless it is exceedingly rare or specific.
I still just wanted to give you that, you know, I wanted to put it out there. I didn't want to just be like, I automatically know. So my thought was that a Fabricate spell could help me create those bombs in large form, because it would change the shape of the metal.
Yes. But as it stands, even you would need a custom trebuchet if you wanted to throw one of these vats, completely sized, made into a bomb. It's a swimming pool, and making it would be throwing a minivan at someone. No, would be throwing a bus at someone.
But our giant friend could still throw them because it's about the size of a boulder, correct?
No way.
They're bigger than that.
Yeah.
I thought they were 10 foot by 10 foot.
15 feet by 10 feet.
Could I not fabricate them into just a bunch of smaller ones? That are the size we need? Because, I mean, I'm still dealing with the same quantity of metal. Would I have to, like, drain one of them? And this would be also, like, me telling everyone else in the room my idea, because we're working together.
And my kind of like my feedback to you is like Phaeton interjecting, or Enosh kind of interjecting, and in engineering terms.
Right.
Phaeton and Dalivor, very specialized in the alchemical process. Enoch brings some more structural engineering to this as well.
Yeah, like,
so while you're all capable of that, because you all know how to bottle and create explosives,
and we all have base ideas of engineering, but Enoch has way higher skills in that than we all do.
Enoch, just having looked at the tanks, says each tank is probably around 2,200 cubic feet, or 16,000 gallons of fluid. Too much for a fabricate to compose the entire thing anyways.
Could we still use it to create the containers we need quickly out of other materials?
Feasibly.
I don't think we have time to have a blacksmith craft them.
Phaeton, and we're going to say you're not in the lab. You're having this discussion in the storage room, looking at the vats.
That makes sense.
Here. And you, looking at them, you could certainly parse down these vats into smaller or boulder-sized bombs that could be thrown. But as you're thinking with your previous Arcana, your 41, the fabricate is going to transmute the metal of these pools, the tin of these pools, into a metal of the same material.
Which can house the...
can house the substance, but then it brings into question another question. Throwing metal isn't like shattering an alchemical alchemist's fire. You're throwing a metal grenade, so you have to make sure that it's volatile, or that the grenade is brittle enough that impact will break it and cause an explosion.
Is agreed. What other materials could we use besides metal that would house this?
Well, your fabricate would be, by and large, the fastest way of containing these. As long as you found out a way to, safely drain these tubs and vats and fabricate as you're draining, or finding some way of
right,
of siphoning it. That would by and large be the fastest way of doing this. Phaeton brings up the tried and true method. Tempered alchemical glass would probably hold these. It would need to be tempered, unlike the normal alchemical glass that's used. So it'd have to be specially made, because A, it's going to be bigger, and B, the substance is not like your normal alchemist fire or acid. Your father brings up an alternative, which is cheaper. He believes that you may be able to use a clay ceramic composite to house this, kind of like clay jugs. Might be able to house this, as the clay is a very poor conductor and it'd be fragile enough to toss and break, just like the alchemical glass. Everybody kind of looks to you between the three options you've thought of so far. The metal, the fabricated metal, fastest for sure, easiest to contain, as long as you get the right solution, distilling it, and it'll still be an alchemical process of manipulating this material, but easiest and fastest way, tempered alchemical glass, which would be a conventional way of forging these bombs,
and less
and
likely
also
to fail.
Less likely to fail. That's the downside with the metal, is they might feel unreliable in the field. But the alchemical glass has the added benefit of you can see the solution inside. So if you have knowledge about alchemy, you can see if any of them are duds, or if any of them have been damaged, or if any of them are growing unstable, and you can remove bad batches. And the third, the clay ceramic casing, is pretty easy to produce. You can do it here in Korvosa. It's a poor conductor of heat. It's cheap. It's clay. But clay jars would be very heavy, right, if you were moving a lot of them. Doable certainly for a giant like Chloe, but you have one Chloe, and unlikely to have siege weapons at Flameford.
I will ask Enosh, what is your skill at creating and engineering the metal in a way that it would explode properly? Some of us here are alchemists by magic as well as by mundane. So for some of us, making it explosive in said metal isn't an issue, but people that don't have alchemical magic, that have standard magic, wouldn't be able to use them. Do you think your expertise in engineering and creation could create one that would explode as if? I.e., like designing a grenade, like where it sparks on the inside, or there's some sort of element that causes it to explode.
Right. Enoch, with his mythic ability, takes a 10 for a 15 and has a 30 something, and says, he responds to,
he gets an aid from all of us talking.
He does, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. everybody's talking this and everybody's aiding each other. And he says, we need some sort of internal combustion, maybe something that is timed activated or pressure activated to cause a reaction inside. A fuse. Phaeton's like, you mentioned before how volatile this is to sparks and flames, and how it almost set the warehouse on fire just from nearby sources of heat.
Yes.
Dalivor is like, I believe these bombs with a single fuse and a spark would ignite, even with just the merest of a warm smile.
What if there was a chamber inside that had flint on one side, steel on the other, with just a bit of glass in between? So when you hit it, it landed, the two would combine and create the spark.
Roll me an engineering, and you can add a +6 to this as your think tank is helping you create this.
Plus what? 6, you said?
+6. That's 3, 8, and others.
32. I too have engineering. Just not as good as Enoch's.
You're visualizing it, and that seems feasible. The glass in between needs to be very fragile. Or maybe not even glass. You could maybe use paper. Or your mind starts worrying, but
because all it would take is the impact to jar it enough. Something that wouldn't go off carrying it and moving it, but throwing it once it takes an impact.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like those little pieces of paper we used to roll stuff in, and they don't explode until you go, psh.
Right. So do you have the fabricate spell?
No.
Does your father?
It's not an alchemist spell.
Oh.
But there is a wizard school here, and I am part of a wizard's guild, and I have not used my teleports yet for the day. I'm sure one of the two places I could buy them.
Yes.
And it is within the spending limit of both of the cities, so.
Yes. So.
And I have 2 wizard schools in this. There are 2 wizard schools in this city that I could potentially go to look for them. Or I could hire a spellcaster that can do it from one of the schools if there is one that has it memorized.
Somebody that is not Arabella, who is
Correct.
hurriedly scribbling
Correct.
notes down in the Sunken Queen.
Correct. I would just pay to hire, either buy the scroll or hire the student to do the fabricate.
Fabricate is only sorcerer wizard, and it's a 5th level spell, so it's not.
It is 1,100 and something.
It's not something that.
Nope.
Many of the students could cast.
Nope. Well, the teachers maybe.
But the teachers would probably be able to. Do we think the metal is our best option?
I think it is our quickest option, since we need to leave with some of these bombs in a few hours. The future down the road bombs, they can be made out of any of the other materials that will take longer time.
Peyton says we'll also have to both distill, stabilize, and portion the substance for more portable uses and maintain chemical stability or volatility on smaller scales.
Agreed.
Your father strokes his mustache. So, does that mean we want to go for more stability for handling or more volatility for maximum persuasion?
I feel that
Look
if
at
we
you
do,
again, the lead.
If we do maximum if we don't do volatility, it will still be more volatile than alchemist fire. And even if it is the same volatility as alchemist fire, we don't have to make it.
Right. Phaeton nods. The bombs won't be any use to anybody if they're blowing up on our own troops.
Agreed.
If someone doesn't handles it with carelessness and drops one, and it blows everybody up.
Lord Dowager, do you cast magics?
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Are you an arcane caster?
I am not.
Do you understand the mechanics of arcane casting?
I understand the mechanics of all casting.
Dalibor looks at everybody and goes, I know this is off topic, just a small amount. But I am aware that using an alchemist fire with alchemist spells can enhance the fire spells of wizards and sorcerers and other arcane casters. What do you think this would do as an additional component for a spellcaster of the fire or demonic type spells? Because these are demonic source, right?
Infernal. Hell.
So for fire or infernal based spells.
Unless we field test this, I speak purely by speculation. If we could get it to cooperate with evocation spells, I'm sure it would enhance either the adhesion or the damage of these batteries.
I'm quick looking to see if I have a fire scroll of some sort. Because you used to know that I use magic device scroll, but I don't. Well, to keep in mind for future reference, especially when talking to the wizards. Do you think
I think we should. I think on our prototypes we should provide that perhaps and allow them to start testing its applications as a material component.
Based on your opinions, because we are working as a team here, do you believe we should look at clay, glass, or fabrications? Keep in mind, we can still fabricate and use that spell to make it quicker by getting raw materials on the glass and clay.
Does your father have knowledge, local, or geography?
Yes, he has both.
Geography is better. Roll that. or you could roll local.
$18 on geography.
Okay.
The difference was like a difference of 3, so I was like, unless Kager is helping him. Or the rest of us, or anybody else.
He would get the +6 because everybody is again aiding each other.
24.
Here. Assuming that Dalibor can aid on geography.
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
Dalibor has all knowledge, has ranks in all knowledge skills.
Okay, so 24. Okay. Dalivor thinks for a moment, and he suggested the clay ceramics, but he's not married to anyone's train of thought. Thinks, well, for the glass, tempered glass, we'd need a different container than what we have, though I believe in the oven we could fire prototypes and glass blow them. However, there is a glassworks up in the town of Sandpoint, known for high quality products. Kaijitsu, Lonjiku Kaijitsu, was the proprietor of the Sandpoint Glassworks. I had heard that it is under new management. I had heard it is under new management recently. Kaijitsu may be no longer running. Easy spot to mass produce, source local economy. Phaeton says the clay ceramic casings could likely be made at any potter here in town, though one does not come to mind immediately off the top of my head for options.
Do I remember the interactions with Lord Dowager that we had earlier? And if so, was there mention of this town of Sandpoint? Because Nick's out of character information, I don't know.
I'm not sure if he said anything about Sandpoint, but you can roll a sense motive on him. His Enoch sucks at bluffing and has no poker face, and he makes a face when somebody mentions Sandpoint.
24.
Yeah. You can see that there is a facial twitch when Dalivor mentions Sandpoint, and Enoch kind of shifts uncomfortably on his cane, his forehead butt cheek spasming a little.
Does it say he doesn't like Sandpoint?
Something about Sandpoint, what you get from him is a sore subject for him. You're not sure what, but at the mentioning of Sandpoint, his eyes grow a little, or his one unclouded eye grows a little bit distant, and maybe it's a place of bad memories. But you also know that Enoch is not from this Galarian.
Right.
your sandpoint and his sandpoint are likely very different places. Ultimately, with a 24, because his bluff and charisma is so terrible, what you get from him is it's a thing of history. It's a thing of personal history to him.
Okay. I will say Sandpoint is not nearby. It would take magics to get there and back in time for us to do this within a few hours. Long run, great idea. I need to look at what we can do for tonight. Do we have enough tempered glass to fabricate? Do we have enough tempered glass to do it ourselves? Do we have bottles to do it? Can we get clay bottles that will work? I assume large planters will work for the giants. Or at least they can be modified enough on our own end.
Yes.
And
we could.
I look and say, and you don't believe that regular alchemist fire bottles are tempered well enough for this material, yes?
I don't think so, but I don't know so.
What were my thoughts? Did I believe that they would be? I mean, I interacted with this stuff the most. And I probably have the highest skill.
Roll an alchemy check.
Do. 33, unless I'm crafting. Unless it counts as part of crafting. Then I get a plus 11 more.
Your thought is maybe short term it could. But if this is something that you end up deciding to store and equip Korvosa's trebuchets or have on people for a prolonged period, normal alchemists' glass would not stop the hellfire infusion that this has inside of it.
All right.
It would radiate a heat beyond normal alchemist glass.
So we need something more. So
no, you could probably compose the glass with a fabricate. But it would require a degree of craftsmanship to do so with a fabricate. I mean, any of these items would require a degree of craftsmanship.
Since we are creating explosives, would the fabricate be an alchemy, or would it be a blacksmith or a pottery or a glass blowing?
It would be whatever the container is.
Then I point out, keep in mind, the fabricate would... I'm not very skilled at glass blowing. I have alchemist magical infusion that allows me to. So if we do fabricate, it will be... There is a chance of some bad bad containers.
I do not have the ability to create or craft mundane objects outside of those that are alchemical. I can do so with any magical item. We simply have not the time for that.
Then I suppose clay it is, as that is available, what is only available to us unless we fabricate. At which case we would still be fabricating clay unless we could gather enough tempered glass within the city of Korvosa to do it that way. Or we use this metal, and I'm guessing that would be a much more difficult design considering the fact that we need to create an explosive material or design it to fragment in the short term for tonight.
Well, the only thing with the clay containers are we need to find something of suitable thickness. Should be relatively simple enough. And Enoch says, and I can engineer a collar for them for sealing.
Then I guess the first order of business is if you guys could find some potters in town that may be willing to make them in the long term, and maybe get us some raw materials in case I do find a fabricate. I will find a fabricate, and we'll make ourselves some clay bottles for tonight.
Your father says, I think I would be a good candidate to go speak with people who could make or supply such things. Because he's got all the social stuff.
He's got that stuff. I will say, Peyton, will you and Enosh stay here and try to come up with a easy pot design and the cover holster for it?
Mm-hmm.
And I will try and redeem some means of fabrication.
Okay. We also, or Phaeton speaks up, we also need to distill and stabilize the mixture that we're going to be using. Perhaps I'll work on that while Enosh works on creating a suitable container here.
Excellent. It's a beautiful idea. Hager, you help them with what they need.
Glub, glub.
And Da, will you give Kegger your gloves?
Yes.
So that Kegger gives a plus, because they're assisting gloves. One, two, three, break.
All right.
That's a thing that they do in Verizia, I hear.
Enoch humorlessly just turns and goes to start working on stuff. Phaeton smiles and nods and starts going to the vats while Enoch is looking at different planters that you have around here and some of the clay you have at your disposal here. And Dalavor leaves to go into the city to where he knows potters would be.
Okay.
Where are you going specifically?
We're gonna start at the main school, the one that Toph is at.
The academy.
The academy.
Okay. And I'm gonna go to this page. Let's see. Right now it is about a little bit past noon. Okay. It is a toil day, so I don't know if the academy would have any sort of summer break or anything like that. I bet they'd have tuition year round.
Probably.
So class is in session right now.
Excellent. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. It means that there's teachers there.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was just saying okay. I wasn't actually going to say anything in particular.
Walking, teleporting, going some other way, getting there?
I'm probably just going to walk there or maybe like take a carriage or a horse.
I mean, it's not that far.
It's in town.
Yeah.
Like, because if I have to go to Karamaga, I don't want to waste my teleport for that. Hello, Shan the man. Welcome in.
Okay. So, since the events of Curse of the Crimson Throne have subsided, the Academy's gates are no longer closed to the public. People still aren't generally allowed to wander around the Academy grounds, but the heroes of Korvosa sort of have free reign to most of the city as your city officials. Even so, even city officials generally kind of treat the academy with a level of decorum.
Well, and also I would follow the rules.
And you would follow the rules. So that's
like
right.
This is Dalibor we're talking about. There is a system that they have in place.
Yes.
So if the system is I have to go to the shop first, or go to like a front desk or an administration person to talk about like, getting with something, and if I'm getting hassled or I'm getting delayed, then we have to send a message to Toph, which I really don't want to do for something so mundane, which I feel would be mundane to him.
Yeah. Okay. So you would go to Ornella's Hall.
Okay.
And
I also assume that like when I show up and I'm at the school, Toph's gonna find out anyhow. Like word's gonna get to him. It's not like he's not gonna know when somebody of note is at his school.
Right. So you would go to Ornella's Hall. There's one big gate getting into the academy. There's a huge building in the center, which is the Hall of Conjuration, but that's not the one you go to. And you have to go around to the back, and then amongst nestled in between two buildings is a longer 2-story building. It's the oldest building in the academy. It's Ornella's Hall. It's where the senior faculty meetings are, records are, interviews with students are there. It was a temporary place for conjuration spells before the new Hall of Summoning was created. But you go in, you know what to do here. And make me a diplomacy check.
I will roll the diplomacy. Hold on, let me find out what my total is. Diplomacy, 22. Does it count if I am? Well, I know that I'm at 1,000, 5,000 or more. Does my Drake mark count?
Yes.
43.
Okay. There's no hassle.
Oh, sorry. That's +4 in a population of 5,000 or more for that as well, for the Drake's mark. So that would have been a 45.
And
that's weird.
And you get informed that who you would want to speak with in this case is the Dean of Transmutation, Elgin Ramori. I'll spell that in the chat.
Okay. Thank you for the stream streak, Shan the man.
Elgin Ramori is the Dean of Transmutation at the Academy and would be the perfect person for you to speak with. That is at the Hall of Shaping, which is on the opposite end of the quad from you.
Okay. Well, no time like the present. As long as I have like a permission or a written slip or whatever, I need to go there correctly, whatever the office people give me, so I don't get looked at funny.
The clerk there tells you that class should be concluding soon, and you should be able to speak with them after.
Excellent. They've got to have like a school version of the sending spell. It's all like, so and so, please come to the office. A magical wand of sending that goes to a specific room. Anyhow, I head to go see the Dean of Transmutation. By the way, I'm making that magical item.
The sending. Okay. So
with my beard of holding magic item.
You're heading east. Actually, on this Korvosa map, you can see the Transmutation Hall. It's this little building that is right above the E in Academy.
Okay. Sounds good.
You get to the lecture hall. It appears to have empty. It appears to be emptying faster than you would normally expect. People's scrolls are snapping shut. Chairs are scraping stone. Students are packing their things. There's a nervous energy. You can see at the front of the room an aging human man with really big mutton chops is talking to the students, but you're guessing it's kind of like the bell is rung, everybody is hurriedly packing their shit up and leaving, and he's just like, my little birds, remember we have a test. The shaping test is tomorrow. He appears old but not frail. His robes of office hang over him perfectly untouched. He calls out to the students who are packing. No, not yet. Stillness before motion, my little birds. Stillness before motion. And you see that some of the students hesitate, a few sit back down, but most of them just leave. Romori exhales through his nose as the last bits of people close. He's half saving face and half giving up, just mutters, "Very well, go then. But remember, transmutation is not about change for its own sake. It is about knowing when something has stayed the same for far too long." And you see the last of the students pass by you as just this eccentric professor is shuffling papers on the lecture hall desk.
Being an alchemist who knows quite a bit about transmutation, because I have many of them in my alchemy, have I read anything that he's written? Because usually a teacher of universities and stuff write things.
I would say you can roll a knowledge arcana.
Where is it? There it is. 44.
44. Yes, you've written his most widely cited work, which is the Principles of Persistent Form. It is a treatise written on durations of transmutation, and it theorizes on the best way I can compare it is like if you work out a lot and then you stop working out for a long time and then or a while and then you work out again, how your body remembers the form that it had before and you get back to it quicker. This theorizes that this concept of biology also applies to the concepts of magic, and that there are ways for you to maximize your durations on spells you have more easily, spells you've mastered. Okay. You are a powerful arcane alchemist. You know all about the concepts of spell duration and dismissing spells and things like that. This is a foundational work for students to learn how to use duration on their spells and dismissing their spells and things like that, and while also citing his own scholarly flair of theories.
Right. So I'll be at the back of the hall as people are exiting. Just kind of wait, because I don't want to be rude. At some point, I'll be the only one probably in there, and he'll see me. I'm hoping.
He does see you. He looks up and kind of like combs his fingers through his mutton chops.
I just kind of wave and start moving towards him.
You've read his treatise before, but the two of you have never actually met.
I assume you are Dean Elgin Ramori?
I am, and you are, let's just see what he rolls on a d20 for this. The hero alchemist's medical doctor savior of Korvosa, Mr. Malov.
I am.
What brings you to my humble dwelling, my area of learning?
Well, I wanted to talk to a person who knows a lot about transmutation magics outside of the realms of alchemy. Your work on explaining in more mundane terms for students the transition of duration of transmutation spells was very well done and helps many students understand the concepts much clearly. I very much appreciated the way you worded that writing that you did.
You flatter me.
Well, it's not just flattery. Obviously, I have read your work. I was speaking today with some colleagues of mine about a spell of creation from material to object, a fabrication type spell. And was wondering if you have knowledge of it and if you know of anyone that might be willing to do a casting of it today or supply scrolls of it.
Pick a number on a 4-sider that is good.
3. I mean 1. I mean 1. Just kidding.
None of my teaching aids are capable of casting such a potent spell. In fact, I believe the only person who may be able to accommodate this request is the one you are speaking to at this very moment. And do I know of the fabricate spell?
I smile like
I
it
wrote
was
a
a
book
joke.
on it.
I smile like it was a joke.
I wrote a book on it. So you need a fabricate.
I do. I do need a fabricate. It is of some importance to the city. I don't know what that's for, but anything with a D100 is scary.
I believe I could free up some time to assist you.
That would be fantastic if you are capable of doing that today.
Is this something that can be done in the next hour?
Maybe after the next hour, say 2. I am getting materials situated for the spell. You are my first person to come to looking for this magics.
Make a diplomacy check.
Okay. Got a 40.
That should be just after my next class, he says. I will speak to my assistant and I will... The Golden Key Emporium?
Yes. If you would like a hand, and or even having me come and help you at some point by giving an alchemist's point of view on transmutation, I am also willing to do that in the future, regardless of this whole situation. I'm always willing to help and give points of view. I'm sure you've had other guests for classes. Just an offer.
I have been working on a course related to the fabricate spell. Perhaps you could guest lecture a section of that as it relates to alchemical processes.
That would be excellent.
Yes, excellent.
And perhaps we can make a learning experience for ourselves as well.
Well, then I shall join you at the Golden Key Emporium in 2 hours.
Sounds excellent. I will meet you there.
Right.
Is there anything you need me to supply besides the materials? Anything for the spell itself?
What material am I working with?
Very likely clay. Ceramics.
It has been a while since I have. It has been a while since I have worked with pottery. However, I do have a I do have a something I can do.
If the knowledge and skill of crafting pottery, I do have a... Well, fuck, he probably has it. I think that's a transmutation spell.
Crafter's Fortune?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was going to look up, if he has it. Yeah, it is a transmutation spell. +5 on his crafting check. But I'll say that and I'll like, but that's a transmutation spell. So likely as you already know that spell.
Do you have any sort of like permanent magical sight?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay.
I don't think I have a permanent anything. I just have magical items. I have fog cutting lenses.
It's a good one.
It is. I just wish I had fog cutting lenses for everyone.
When you need it, you really need it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so he's going to join you back at the Golden Key. We'll say the entire talking, the entire, theorizing with your think tank, going to the academy, talking, getting an audience, coming back. That's probably going to run you about 4 hours.
Okay.
So now you are sitting right or just after 2 p.m.
All right. I don't think I need anything else for this. We've already sent all our messages. Everybody knows we're leaving. Except for maybe Arabella, but she said that she was going to be here to be there early.
The only thing left you have to do is if Enoch has and Phaeton have a prototype container, then it would be good to probably try to distill some of this alchemical solution into a more potable form before the dean gets there.
Okay.
Just so that you know what to do, so you can bottle each one. They're relatively uniform in stability, volatility.
Yeah, get the actual process
composition
hammered out. Because Phaeton got the concept started.
Yes.
Okay. Then that's what, when I get back, I will check in with them and then see about actually, because we can still use a glass vial. It just isn't super as safe.
Yes.
So like we can do it and then like dump it out and clean it or whatever.
So while you have been over the past couple hours while you were at the academy, you come back and Phaeton, actually everybody is back before you are. I think Dalavor would be quicker with those discussions than all the bureaucracy, limited as it was for you at the academy, but still existed, waiting and things like that. And you come back and Phaeton tells you, I have an idea of what this is going to be like.
Okay.
This is not an alchemist's fire explosion. This is more like a wizard's fireball or your bomb explosion.
That was the hope.
I think that it'll be some combination of fire and acid, and if we can get it either impact responsive or fuse responsive with the triggering mechanism, it'll explode with significant concussive force. Okay. So you, Phaeton, Enoch, and your father are all working on this. I'm going to need an alchemy check. You get an aid from Phaeton,
And this is a craft
aid.
check at this point. Like we're actually crafting, correct?
This is a craft check. This is you distilling this the hellfire aspect of it, dampening that so it doesn't radiate as much.
All right. And then I get the gloves of aiding, which I believe is a +5. And that's from Kegger because he's wearing them currently. My dad.
Yes. Dad. Enoch is helping, and Phaeton is helping. Uh-huh.
I'm saving my crafter's fortune, although I do have a universal formula. Is this for the plans? Like after this, we don't need to worry about rolling anymore? I need to test that on an orphanage. No, wrong game to say that. Like, are we designing the formula as well while we're doing this?
This is the design of it, like the R&D of it. This is like the rough process of going through it. And afterwards, it'll be much simpler, or it'll be distilled down to a single roll.
I'm going to take I'm going to just drink my crafter's fortune for now. I have a universal formula for later that I can use.
This will have a couple steps in the process, though.
Oh, okay.
So there will be a couple alchemy checks for different reagents of the solution. The engineering check for sealing it with the ceramic collar that Enoch has created. There's also a spellcraft or planes, and then one final alchemy.
Okay.
So it includes the hellfire dampening.
That those specific checks and that they're coming, or is this kind of like we're doing it and one person has to make all the rolls?
Different people can take leads on different parts of it.
Okay. Then
you know vaguely the steps that you have to perform in the process. In theory, because you know the composition of the chemicals. So based on all your talking before, you'll have to dampen the hellfire. You'll have to stabilize the quicksilver. You'll have to, with the actual jar, reinforce the ceramic collar. You're going to have to attune the energy. So you're going to have to suppress the energy and attune it so that it doesn't stay in this kind of like dampening the fire and acid and force damage that it would deal.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to roll one final alchemy check to ensure that it maintains an equilibrium until it is jostled with a specific amount of force.
Okay. Then I'm going to save my crafter's fortune until we need it. I'm going to use my alchemy for alchemy, and then when the other rolls come up, we can figure out who is going to be best suited for those roles, whether it's me or Enosh. I don't think Phaeton has a higher skill in any of those skills, and I doubt that Dalavor has a higher... I know he doesn't have a higher alchemy, because I know. I don't... Actually, he doesn't have any... He has almost none of those skills is higher. So it's either going to be me or Enosh doing all of the rolls. So the first alchemy check. is going to be a 60 because I added on the Crafter's Fortune. I'm not using Crafter's Fortune, so it's just a 60.
Yeah, you are able to. If the Sploder did this, you can do this. You're just doing it differently.
I'm fixing what he did.
You're fixing what he did, and you're under a very tight timeline in which, with a 60, you are adhering to with a rigidity and perhaps even allowing yourself a little time for margin of error, if there were any, with which a 60 there are none. The second check is the
I mean, the best alchemists in Korvosa and possibly Varizia are all sitting in one place.
The second check is another alchemy. Enoch's alchemy is not even close to where yours is with those bonuses. So if you want to take that, you can.
The exact same dice roll.
60. Okay. It makes sense that those are two that you are able to breeze through, because these are two components that you identified when the second you saw them, and so you know how to stabilize the Quicksilver. It's all about timing, and the Hellfire dampening is all about producing anathemaic substances infernally. Silver, introducing a silver dust to it, helps dampen the Hellfire. The next check is a engineering. Do you want Enoch to take that one?
Mine is only a +10, so very likely.
Enoch takes a 10 for a 16 on his roll from his ability, which makes it a 35.
And then he would add us helping.
And then he adds 5 from Kegger, 40 plus 6 for 46. That is enough to reinforce the ceramic collar, of which it is something he's already been working on since you were gone.
So he got to take his time.
He got to take his time with it. The next is a spellcraft. But I think as the engineering role, as you reinforce the ceramic collar and you kind of finish with so that's related to the casing it's in, the Dean arrives.
Okay.
Which is almost perfect timing, because you've just finished setting up what you want the ceramic casing to look like. And so now he just needs to copy what you've made with a fabricate spell.
And Dalavor brought back ceramics for the fabricate.
He did.
Okay. How much did you can tell me offline how much I have to take off for the cost of that?
Yeah, the clay is going to be cheap.
Right. I just figured you could just let me know down the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
So do you want the Dean to start fabricating under somebody's instruction while you continue working on suppressing the energy attunements and setting the reactive concussive timer? Or do you want him to wait until you're done? Because each one of these steps is taken about an hour's time.
I will give him a quick run through as allowed to explain to him what we've done so far. in order to give him a chance to give his input, should he feel it necessary. If he feels that we should wait, since he's the one casting the spell, I'd like to not make him feel rushed. So if he feels he should wait until we're done to make them, or if he wants to make the first one.
By the time you finish the last step, it'll be 7 o'clock, which will give you like an hour to distill the rest of them into jars. You want it already done.
Okay.
You want it already done by the time you're done with step 5.
Then I would like. Then yeah, we're time is of the essence, so this is what we're looking for. So yeah, I'll have Enosh explain to him what the design is, which means we're going to lose a +2 on this next roll.
You are going to lose a +2 on the next roll. Yeah, the next roll is a spellcraft or you could use planes.
I'll probably do spellcraft.
Okay.
Yeah, use spellcraft.
Alavor, Phaeton, and Kegger are helping you.
I don't know if there's anything else I can do to help me with this check. This is not going to be anywhere as good. I hope people in chat realize they can't help me with channel points. But I can use this reroll.
You can.
And I will. Not much more. Lame. I've rolled an 8, an 8, a 4, and a 7 tonight for these checks.
Oh, it's still a 44. This is really related to the energy damage when it explodes, of going from relatively stable to boom, big explosion. And this is part of the process where, going for stability over volatility. This is a critical juncture where, fucking up here could result in duds, in a higher percentage of duds. You believe that you are successful in the energetic tuning.
Okay. I mean, there's not a lot I can do. I've done everything I can to help my roll.
Okay. And then the last roll, Enoch will be back to assist you. I mean, you're so busy throughout this, all of you are, you really don't even have time to say hi, thank you, bye to the dean. I mean, it's like you are on a time crunch.
I mean, if he loves like the whole education of it, and if he's interested, like obviously he might be like, hey, I want to see what they're doing. What are they working on?
He is interested, but he is also busy.
Okay.
As a dean to a school.
Yeah, but it's 7 p.m. I mean, school might be out. He's like, do I really need to give him that test tomorrow, or did I just scare him?
Well, this would be he would be there for step 3, but he would probably leave before you finish step 4.
Okay.
The last one is an alchemy check.
Okay.
And you have everybody helping you.
$62.
And you're confident in your setting of the reactivity of the device that this is the best you've got for it. So now over the next hour, let's see how many he gave you.
And hopefully a couple of them were really big ones for our giant friend.
They're all going to be like this.
Okay, so he made all big ones.
They're all going to be that size, yeah.
Okay.
Because that's the specifications that Enoch was giving to him, because you're designing currently for giants or siege weapons.
Sounds good.
Which means bring Chloe.
Bring Chloe. Or enlarge self.
Or enlarge self, yeah. You could potentially throw these. You could potentially throw them with do you have throw anything?
I do have throw anything. I could just throw them anyhow.
Okay. Enlarged, you could throw them. They're awkward for you to throw at large size, but because you have throw anything and you're an alchemist, you could do it. Okay. So Ramori's craft pottery is not amazing, but he brought a couple things to assist him
and
in doing this. And Enoch was aiding him.
Yeah, he aided.
So he had cast a
I would
true
give Enoch
skill.
my crafter's fortune since I don't need it. So Enoch is better at aiding another.
Okay. I guess because Enoch doesn't technically have craft pottery, but
yeah, because then no matter what he rolled, I suppose.
But it's an intelligence skill, so if he can take a 10, then he can take a 10 for 16.
Oh, okay.
So he has true skill, which will give him half his caster level as an insight on his craft pottery roll. And crafter's fortune gives him a +5 luck bonus to it, which he also had active.
Nice.
That is he's a 12th level caster, which is respectable.
Yeah.
Which gives him a total of a +11 on buffs, and his craft pottery is a +9. So he has a +20.
Nice.
So from what he rolls, every 5 that he gets on this, he will have fabricated one of these.
Nat 20.
At a minimum, you have 4. And it is average. You have 6 of them.
Okay.
Now, you have 6 containers in addition to the ceramic prototype that you have already. So 7 total.
Okay.
You can now roll an alchemy with everybody assisting you for that last hour or so of work before you get to like 8 p.m.
Okay. Booyah!
All right. What you've got is a warhead, an alchemical warhead. These Inferno Burst charges, when they blow up, are a 15-foot radius. They deal 46 fire, 2d6 acid, so they burn and cling like napalm. But they explode with the force of a concussive bomb, dealing 2d6 force damage. Each one is an 8d6 15-foot radius bomb.
Damn. I will write all of that information down because I will need to give it to Miles to pass on to Chloe and to pass on to the people that are using any siege weapons that we may try and bring over tonight.
Okay. With that, we will move over to the group that was in the Overflow Warrens that has just come out of the Overflow Warrens. By the time you finish with Bull, with winding through the Overflow Warrens, with dealing with the chaos there, and then coming back, it's around 4 or 5, 4 to somewhere between 4 and 5. That gives you probably enough time to discuss anything you want to discuss and gather the allies you're going to bring with you.
Did we get a sample of that blood?
We did.
Yeah.
Did, yeah.
Like, Sephi doesn't have great knowledges, but she does have a heal.
I know
By the
someone
way-
who likes to drink blood and learn things from it.
Who's your blood drinker friend?
Arabella.
Ah.
That's right. He does drink blood.
No, vampire. No, never mind. I would know that. It doesn't burn up in the sun, right?
He was there at the Riverwind Festival.
Yeah. She ain't dust, but she's not a vampire. Okay, cool.
I feel like Irie has the same spell, but I don't know.
Well,
Pretty sure we don't have time to try to find that guy,
no.
which is really unfortunate.
Yeah.
You think he survived?
He wasn't human, so good chance.
Do you go around to the others? Like, do you try to find the falls on the other side of this sluice gate, or would you have left?
Would we have time?
Coming out of the sewers, probably not. You'd have to prepare for departure. I think we have other entanglements to deal with.
You have to make a couple of stops.
Yeah.
I also feel a bath would be in order.
Yeah. That's my vote.
And maybe burning of the clothes.
That's what prestidigitation is for.
That too.
Yeah. Definitely need to purify. So.
I mean, I don't have that spell, but I could probably miracle it.
Prestidigitation?
If you guys want.
No. I think a quick bath. I'll find some new clothes. I can make my clothes look like whatever I want.
Same. Well, maybe Miles. I don't know. I can be in charge of buying new clothes.
They
I don't
need to be
really.
functional. That's all I care.
Yeah. I mean, you guys just tell me what you want me to do. I
didn't fall in the poop water. So I'm good. Mostly.
Oh.
Yeah, Seppi was in the poop water. Miles was in the poop water.
Yeah. There are some shops on the way back to the Golden Key.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think personally we need to talk. Well, we need to talk to Del. See what kind of progress she's made, and grab Chloe on the way, probably. Oh. No, we were leaving from the academy.
Yeah, I need to go to the Citadel of Volshanek and talk to Chrysidia and gather any of my troops from there and then head to my school. I've got a former Grey Maiden to talk with.
Yeah.
So, anyone's invited to come with, but I know we all have our own duties.
Yeah. I just need a bath and then get some clothes and then talk to Dalibor, I think, other than talking to Chloe, so. I think that's all on the docket other than
Yeah,
checking my fletchings.
To be fair, I feel so gross right now. I don't really, my brain is not really comprehending other things at this moment. So I think that has to happen first before anything.
Understandable.
Yeah, the only thing I thought about was letting Neil Landis know that we were leaving. I don't know if he knows that. Then he can tell the king. But definitely need a bath before that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
The Golden Key Emporium has a bath.
We do have a bath, in fact.
Just gotta take turns.
Nah, just share all together.
Okay, so Sephi, you could get probably 3 people in that bathtub. It's a big one. Sephi and Brienne, and Miles are going back to the Golden Key.
Yeah.
And just Naveen is gathering allies. Okay. Well, Naveen, you do know that Chloe is at Citadel Volshanek.
Yeah.
So you go there to Citadel Volshanek first, and who are you looking to gather of your allies there?
Mostly my personal troop.
So your little lieutenants you had from the Riverwind Festival?
Yes.
That would be Sergeant Aldrich Serthana, Eliana Driftwood, the Siegebreaker, Quillen Thankle, and Kari Thundertamer. So that's 5 seasoned people that you feel okay with relying on bringing with you. And then Chloe, although I don't think you want to bring Chloe through the streets to the Golden Key.
I will maybe tell her that in Chrysidia that we will, I believe we'll come here and leave from here. So gather your things. You've got 4 hours.
Okay.
And I want to tell Chrysidia about Mr. Calvister in that situation.
This person is connected to the Riverwind attack?
Yes, not directly. We believe that the goblins that were pulling off the attack were working for or reporting to this other entity who works directly with the Runelord or for the Runelord, and somehow Mr. Calvister is related to her. And he promised us, when we didn't kill him, that she would cause trouble, bring retribution.
Wonderful.
Yeah. And at the same time, we have to go support the Shoanti or they won't come support us.
She looks at the sky and daylight dwindles.
So if any of us survive, we will be back to deal with that creature. Then the person he reports to.
Okay. Well, I'll make sure that everybody's ready here to go with you to the Shoanti.
Thank you.
From there, you are going to the Gross from Nor Academy.
Yeah.
Okay. So, your students aren't there. But there are some guards drilling there. Oh, actually, Sergeant Aldrich would be there drilling the guards. The rest of them would be at the Citadel. And Epic Realms is there. And
Auntie M.
And you are there. Petra's there. As you briskly approach and arrive at your school, still under construction, you see a woman in battered red and steel colored armor. She's sitting against this building. She's got her shield and broadsword next to her. Everybody has given her a wide berth and she sticks out like a sore thumb. That is gray maiden plate she is wearing. And man, she has some balls to wear that in public in Korvosa right now. She's sitting there and then she looks up and sees you and stands. Where have you been? I've been here all morning. You said we would have a duel this morning.
Well,
you had bigger fish to fry.
Yeah. Well, thank you for waiting. We can do the duel now. Your other options are to train with the rest of the troops or to go into battle. T-minus 4 hours.
Battle?
Yeah.
Where?
In the Cinderlands. We're going to support the Shoanti. You came ready for battle. You're wearing your full garb.
So, under the skin of this discussion, I'm assuming that Naveen would, out of all of these, obviously and most definitely want her coming to Flameford with her.
And Naveen's out of shits. There's zero fucks. We spent hours in a sewer. She is upset because we didn't have a duel that we had yesterday. Or she had yesterday. She had a duel yesterday. Like, those are your 3 options. I'm leaving in 4 hours. If you're here to train, train. If you think you're above it, come with me. Everyone here knows who you were. Not your name, but you've marked yourself. You can choose right now to take a new path. You can train and earn the loyalty of the people here. You can come with me and show your prowess against foes that we are most likely not going to win against. Or you can go back into hiding. And the battle will still find you. Because it is coming. It is coming in a week, maybe 2. And the odds are unthinkable. So, yes, everyone here knows what side you were on a week ago. But you have a chance to choose which side you want to be on now. And you get to make that decision now.
Make a diplomacy check.
All those Dalavor lessons paying off. Dad Lavor helping you out. Ah! Oh, that's sorry. That's my roll. I thought you got a 20. Nope.
I did.
Oh my god. Diplomacy. Well.
She is a human.
Okay.
She is a citizen of Korvosa.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the worst. Well, let me
Oof.
try that again. I got this guy.
You don't want to keep that.
I don't want to keep that. God damn it.
Welcome to my world.
19.
Roleplay bonus?
Human bonus?
Do you get a bonus for diplomacy with humans?
No.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be amazing? I do for bluff.
Okay. A great charisma bonus for her. I would say she probably wouldn't be here if she was unfriendly to you.
Did you add your Drake
doesn't
mark?
make
Did you add your Drake's mark?
Yep.
Because that just wouldn't make sense. And if you were hostile, then you guys would have fought at the Riverwind Festival. So I'm going to say she's indifferent to you. The DC for indifferent is 15 plus their charisma modifier. And it is modified by the request, which this would be considered dangerous aid. However, you are appealing to her sense of redemption, which is something she finds very appealing. So I am going to half that DC.
Roll to Toke coming in with a raid and a clutch moment. Welcome on in, Roll to Toke, aka Jenna Weedman, part of the Roll to Toke tabletop RPG. How are you guys doing? What were you doing? Let us know all of the things. We're in the middle of a clutch moment in a diplomatic situation between one of our not so diplomatic characters and a clutch warrior. Welcome on in, everybody.
So that is half the penalty of dangerous aid. Dangerous aid is a +10 modifier.
Whoa.
Her charisma is a +1. That is a target number 21 of which you are 2 off. You are not successful. Well, I would say you are successful this close with a catch.
Okay.
She looks at all the soldiers. She looks at the sergeant. She looks at you and she says, because this concept of redemption is something she's been searching for ever since the Grey Maidens fell and her indoctrination broke. And she says, I'll help you with your doomed battle. And she steps forward, placing her helm on. And you can hear her voice reverberating in the dented Grey Maiden helm. But I'm the army's second if I do.
I think of the army that we're bringing to the Cinderlands, which is me and 5 others.
Her helm looks up and then looks at all the soldiers that are training in the yard.
You want to be second? What was your rank before?
Lieutenant.
Holly doesn't know.
This would be a She has had a role of leadership.
Okay.
A little more than street level, like there are the sergeants cover like a squad. You're patrolling bands of like 3 or 4 grade maidens. There'd usually be a sergeant that would be in charge of the other 2. And then 4, 5, 6 sergeants would report to a lieutenant who usually is not straight level. The position she is going to is like right below general. It's a big jump. But you've seen her fight, and this is her ask. Her ask is to be second in command over your armies.
For the next battle?
In the battle after that, if I survive it. And each battle I survive after that.
You'll have a lot of work to do to win the loyalty of anyone reporting to you.
Well, she says, and you can see she had her sword in her lap and it's in her hand because she was expecting a duel. She sheathes it on her back and she's just like, well, life's a bitch.
You can have it for the next one. But beyond that, you have to earn it.
Cerise will join you at the Battle of Broken Peaks. Do you have leadership?
Nope.
If you ever take leadership, she would be somebody you would qualify to take.
Okay.
Cool.
And with that, you return back to the Golden Key.
Yes.
And her with you.
Yes. I will tell the sergeant in charge here.
To go to the Citadel.
Yep.
We're leaving in a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Please point someone to continue training for over the next couple of days.
He's like, I think that Denargo, your student teacher, could handle this. All right, kids, he says, looking back at the group. We're done for today. Go home. You go back to the Golden Key Emporium. So first there is Sephi and Miles. Or like Miles, I think you said you wanted to speak to Dalibor.
I think Brianna's coming with us too, right? Because
And Brianna, where is Brianna's token on this map? I do not know. Maybe she hasn't been here yet.
unless Brianna has some other place to take.
It might be upstairs also when they were changing for her date.
That's a good point.
There. Miles, you get to there and you can see Dalibor, the Hunchback, and Phaeton, who you don't recognize but looks like some scholarly type, in the thick of things.
Ooh.
They are it is, I mean, it is heady, scholarly subjects of like what I was speaking to Epic Realms about just a minute ago, or just like 20-30 minutes ago. It's, you go there, you've heard Irie speak like this kind of stuff, you've heard Arabella speak this kind of stuff, it can completely goes over your head, and they look engrossed. Like there's an air of franticness in here. So what would you like to interrupt them with?
I'll take the vial of blood, or whatever coagulated fluid that we collected. Find a safe spot to set it, and write a note. Dalibor, what is this? You got it from Mr. Keldesker. And I'm gonna go find the bath. Because it's like this stuff, it's over my head. All right. They're busy.
Dalibor, as
vial. Oh, it's the one on the right next to. No, there's not another vial there. There should just be one. There's two. Shit.
Dalibor, as he is asking you what this is, whatever, you are just in the process of finalizing with Enoch the ceramic collar to the casing. So it's like this is like the push for you to finish before the dean arrives.
Okay.
I don't know what your response to him is.
My response is that's why I didn't roll as high as I had hoped.
Oh.
I was distracted. Now we know why.
And this is why Miles is always invisible later on.
I think Enoch,
we don't blame you. We don't know.
I think Enoch with his 5 charisma, it looks at you, Miles, and is like, you're in the way. Get out of here.
Meh. I need a bath anyway. And I'll just leave.
As you hear the door.
Yeah, and Dalibor's like, yes. Yes. And then just completely spaces it because he's focusing on other things.
I wrote a note.
Steffi just made her way.
As the door shuts to the bathroom, as your sister has snuck in there.
Yep.
By the way, Shadow Mist, the whole time, here at the Golden Key in his stable.
Yep. I saw that when you were talking to Dalibor, and I was half tempted to just have Shadow Mist like walk into the Golden Key. But I'm like, I'm not gonna interrupt.
So Brianna, are you just kind of waiting your turn?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, Steffi would offer the share bath with you, but you also told her that you have like a were creature stuff.
Yeah, that's fair.
And she doesn't really know how that spreads, so.
And honestly, being that Brianna went in the drink, I think she more for the fact that she wouldn't want to soil others with whatever she swam in than anything. I think she would want to probably.
As you guys are going through
alone
baths and rotating, you do see that somebody in the robes of the academy arrives at the Golden Key and is starting to work with Dalibor and this think tank they have. He's there briefly, and then he leaves. And then within like another hour or so, Dalibor, this is the one where you're working on this spellcraft and don't have Enoch there, and he's helping the other person. You literally see Naveen and a gray maiden walks through the door. A fully armored gray maiden.
You remember her? She won the contest yesterday, right?
I don't think I was there for that contest. I was at the other location. We were split up.
Do we have other armor here? Maybe a different helm.
I mean, we have a lot of Grey Maiden armor.
I mean, fair.
It's also possible that like somebody else is wearing the Grey Maiden armor. It might not be a Grey Maiden, so moment of pause, but at the same time, like it could be anyone under that armor. It's good quality armor. We were selling it. So
yeah. It's just a supercharged symbol in the city.
Yeah. Everybody who's taking and using the bath, you get a +2 on your next ongoing fortitude save versus disease.
Yay.
Steffi,
Nice.
Miles, and Brianna, you get that.
Sweet.
Hey.
+2 bath bonus.
Naveen, you would kind of share your information, but you see Dalibor, and he is still very much in a frantic, cramming mood here with his contemporaries. And as more people are filtering in, the more they kind of like this entire thing gets agitated, and they'll kind of get this sense of, we gotta hurry.
Steffi will actually go up to Naveen with a wand and say, "Do you know how to cast Carry Companion?"
It is a ranger spell.
I've never had to carry Petra. Why would I? I can try.
Well, I meant more for my horse. I mean, you can use it with Petra too.
Hearing your voice, clomp, 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 clomp.
No, those are gates. He's got to stay behind the gate unless he jumps over it.
The gates are open out here.
What? Why are the gates open?
And Dalibor, you see Dalibor looks up and is like, "No, I have a horse walking through a bomb, a ticking bomb."
Oh, okay. I'll tell him to stop.
Clomp, clomp.
Shadow Mist, stop.
Make a handle animal.
Meanwhile, in an alternate reality, it zooms out, clomp, clomp, and then you just see a nuclear warhead go off. And that was the end of that campaign. Why? Because a horse walked in. A horse wiped out the most powerful people in Korvosa.
I mean, to be fair, he does have a 4 intelligence.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you get for your? Oh, that one.
But I got a 25.
But it's a skill
with
check,
my
right?
knob.
So that one doesn't matter.
It's a skill check. You go up to him and he stops walking, but only because you've gone right in front of him, and he takes his muzzle and he pushes it into you like he does when he wants attention. But Shadow Mist is so strong that he nearly knocks you off your feet and into the side of one of the vats that they're trying to siphon down.
Okay. Maybe I'm gonna go take Shadow Mist for a ride. Maybe I'm gonna I'll go to the castle and just let Neolandis know that we're leaving.
Okay.
I think he's been bored being in the stable all day.
As Sephi leaves, everybody can roll a perception check. Dalibor, if you would be listening or your crew would be listening, you can roll. The DC would be 5 higher for you as you're distracted. Otherwise, you don't have. It is purely an optional roll.
I mean, I'll take the penalties because I'm like not paying attention. But I mean, if I just overhear something in the background, it might register.
Miles, perception?
Sephi has left. This would be after Sephi left, though. 34, 30.
I didn't include the penalty.
Yeah, it just makes the DC higher.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, Miles.
That just depends on if Miles is actually in the bath at the given time. And it's much lower.
This would be while they are working on the suppressive tuning. So you guys are out of the bath now. It's been a couple hours since you've got here.
Okay.
And Sephi's left, and you're probably the last one out of the bath. You hear a knock and the ring of a bell coming from the front of the store. The store is closed at the moment. It is like around 7 p.m., close to 7 p.m. And to do all this stuff, you close down early.
I'll look at
Miles, Naveen, you also hear this. Dalibor, with your distraction, you don't notice.
Okay.
I will head up there. I was gonna go look at the items on it for sale anyway.
Miles will follow.
Just leans against the wall and crosses her arms. So the two of you go up to the front. Brianna, you could also roll. This is based off of hearing, not sight.
Okay.
Am I going the right way?
This door.
Oops, I didn't do that. There we go.
Okay, you don't pick up on it. Just Naveen and Miles.
Fair enough.
I can use technology. I shall go. Are there windows?
Right here, yeah.
Guess I'll go up to the door. Wait for Miles to be ready. And I'll open it.
Okay.
Hello, we're closed.
Oh, I'm sent from Slicing Dicers. From Mogan?
Oh.
She points to a small wagon. He said that you would see me, that you'd want this.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yes.
What is this?
She goes over to the wagon. It's a bunch. It's too much for me to carry, but if you want to take a look at it, and she hops up into the wagon and pulls the cover over.
Okay.
There are 10 very long spear-like weapons in there.
Ooh.
There are a couple of large weighted boluses. A pile of chains that look like it's made of some sort of silvery metal.
Okay.
10 bags bunched in a corner, and 10 very large tower shields. Ah, she flusteredly, the elven woman reaches into her over robe and pulls out a scroll and opens it and starts reading. And she points at the spears. These are 10 of the promised prototypes of the promised Sarisas commissioned by Miles. He added his own flair as he always does. Calls them Mogan's modified Sarisas. They're like normal Sarisa, and she goes down to the non-spear end, and you can see there's a big weight that counterbalances it because it's 15 feet long. She unscrews it, and you can see she screws on a spike. The Sarisa can be anchored into the ground, and they can be entered into the ground and braced against cavalry or charging enemies without preparing yourself. If you use, and she goes over to the big tower shields and she pats one of them. Morgan's mighty Pavis. This tower shield has a spiked bottom. She points at it. That can be dug into the ground. And points to the top. This round notch will fit the Sarisa or a polearm and allow you to brace this shield as cover and against cavalry. They work together, she says.
Right.
Rated at 30% better than normal tower shields for withstanding crushing boulders. Also, you ordered caltrops, 10 bags, but these are, she picks one out, hollow caltrops. You can you can fill them with poison.
He said that Dalibor is good at using poisons.
He is.
There
might be something even better, but
it's
put
in
that.
same
Continue.
2 mithril chains. They said that they're good enough to hold most giants in case you get a prisoner, and 10 dire boluses, which can trip creatures that are larger than you. They are silk robe. Here, she hands you a paper and says, "This is the manifest."
Right.
And the manifest is in the G chat. We're not done, but he wants you to field test these, and then we can talk about modifying your order from normal Sarisas and caltrops to maybe his premium brand.
Yes. Great. We have some field tests happening in the next couple of days, so we should be able to get back to you. I would say no longer than 5 days.
Do I pull around back?
I'll look at Miles. Leave him here, or should we bring him down to the Citadel?
Should probably go to the Citadel.
Would you mind terribly delivering them to the Citadel for us?
I can do that.
We'll give her an extra gold.
I can do that. It would be my pleasure.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
If they ask, say that Naveen okayed the delivery for deployment tonight.
She takes the wagon to Citadel Volshenik. Sephi, you ride to the castle. You're able to inform them about what you needed to. You take Shadow Mist on a little joyride. You return to the Golden Key.
Sounds good. She will bring up if we are going to be fighting, maybe I could borrow if there's a mithril chain shirt or something that's kind of close to that equivalent that's actually magical. Because mine got permanently dispelled.
Does the Golden Key not have anything?
I think it does.
Yeah, it does.
But you just would ask permission before just assuming to borrow it.
What?
Luckily,
are you asking Neolandis or are you asking?
Oh, I thought you were skipping over that part.
I was skipping over that, but you sounded like you were trying to double back. So
no, I
you're
was
asking
saying at the Golden Key because you said that's where she was.
Okay, yes. Would you be who would you be asking?
Dalbor's still really busy.
Yes.
Then she would just ask Naveen.
Okay. Dalbor, it's like you just need some peace and quiet. You need a sunken queen to go away. This was supposed to be your sunken queen to hide out.
I'm assuming we had a ledger to keep track of stuff we lent out during
the
big battle, so I would add this to the ledger. That ledger, unless Sephi until Dalibor can say something or Sephi gives us money. So let's
right. Does Sephi have money?
Yeah, well.
That mithril chain shirt is a +1 mithril chain shirt, and it's 4,200 gold if you want to buy it.
Or you can just borrow it for a while.
I mean, I have my non-magical mithril chain shirt. And then I think for now I'll just borrow it, and then when Delaware's not as busy, we can talk about it.
Yeah, I just don't feel comfortable giving away his things.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if we're in a big battle, it would maybe be helpful.
Yeah.
If I at least had.
Is there anything else here that would be helpful?
Yeah, and I think we were just, as far as the sheet goes, we were just highlighting the things in yellow that we were borrowing out.
No, I think that's
putting a note next to it saying so and so has it.
I know a lot of these items that Trojan has a bunch of them.
I think I took all of those off. I think I said put them on his sheet, and I think I removed them.
Oh, the in-use stuff? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think, because I don't, do we even have that sheet anymore? I don't even think that's on the sheet.
Way at the bottom.
It's way at the bottom. In use.
Oh,
Dalibor,
yeah, there it is. Never mind.
At this point, you have finally finished the process of how you're making them, and you're in that last hour of filling the other ones and completing everything. Arabella.
Yeah.
You finish at 8 p.m. with your ritual studies. Dalibor finishes his bombs at 8 p.m.
Okay. I know it's 8 p.m. Or like, am I aware of time?
Time is.
I would say you're definitely smart enough to be aware of time, but you're also obsessive.
Yeah.
So.
Or is Majenko aware of time?
Roll an intelligence check for Majenko. Or actually, roll what would be a concentration check for Majenko.
Concentration check.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be his con modifier. Oops, that's not.
It would be caster level plus charisma.
Oh. Yes, this caster. Oh.
So go ahead and quickly roll that for me. Majenko is on it. He even gives you a 15-minute warning. Hey, I think we're gonna need to go back pretty soon. 15 minutes.
Okay, well, I need to finish this first.
And then you're looking at the casting time of the ritual, and you're like, oh.
Restrain myself from pulling some of my hair out. Okay.
8 o'clock arrives. Dalibor, you breathe a sigh of relief as you have these 7 bombs ready for Flameford. Arabella.
I will leave the Sunken Queen area to be able to safely teleport.
In Flameford or in the Mush Fens, when you go outside of the Sunken Queen, it's dark. It's nighttime there.
Yeah.
And you are teleporting?
Yep.
Greater? Normal?
Probably greater because I don't need to deal with any mishaps.
Arabella appears at the storefront. And all of you are at the Golden Key. You know that it is... time is close.
Yep. She's, I don't know, Miles is in there. She's just gonna go up to him. Are we ready to go?
We just gotta should be very close. Just make sure that
Toasty?
Dalibor was working on the bombs. I think he's almost
Hey, she's just gonna walk away.
Arabella, you get to the back storage room. Naveen and Miles are up front. And you see, as you go through the door, there is a fully armored Grey Maiden leaning against the wall.
Don't mind her.
You hear from behind you.
I think she's just gonna give the Grey Maiden like probably like a narrowed glare at this point because she's too tired to like temper her emotions or her feelings.
The helm impassively is staring ahead. You're not sure if she even regards you or not.
Yeah, and it's not even like really intentional. It's just
We've done it, Enoch calls out.
I look up and see Arabella. I go, well, just in time.
Yeah, I'm doing this at Bolshevik.
I believe so. We've got to get these there. I think they have crews getting ready. Yes, Naveen?
Yep, we are mustering the troops. There are some spears and shields that Miles ordered, and some caltrops, and some chains to take prisoners as well. Yes.
Excellent.
Steffi has Shadow Mist attached to the cart, rigged up. You just need to load the ceramic jars onto the cart, and you can wheel them down to the Citadel.
Excellent. I reach over and I grab that vial and I just look at it quickly, see if I can do a quick analysis before we go. Like if I can, like, it's this, because I don't know if you just brought in. It's like this is this is a plus. This is a acid.
Do you have dungeoneering?
Yes.
You can roll it. It's blood. It's not human blood. It's blood of some kind.
I will say it is blood of some kind. It is not alchemical component.
Well, I knew it was blood. But...
Why did you ask?
I didn't know what type of blood.
Oh, I pick up the note. It's like it would be more specific.
I'll take my chances. Look at Arabella.
I go, Dalibor says, I believe there's a blood biography spell that will tell you what it is, or who it is specifically.
Well, it's from Mr. Kelvester.
Arabella will just take the vial. Find my shirt. Here it is.
I mean, blood biography says, "What are you?" Which would answer exactly what kind of.
It gives you more information than you could possibly need.
Does anybody have this spell? Probably not today.
What do you happen to know what level it is?
Third for you.
I love blood biography because I learned about it through 2 of the novels, the Pathfinder novels. Like, that's a cool spell.
Blood transcription. Oh, that's the one. That's not enough blood for that. Oh, yep, I do have it.
Oh.
I pull out my blessed book, spend around, switch out a spell, and then cast it.
So the people, everybody is loading up onto the wagon, and you're casting this as people are headed to the Citadel. Is there anything anybody else wants to do for the last time at the Golden Key?
Grab any actual equipment, combat equipment that I usually carry and need. And I'll ask, anybody need anything out of here before we lock up?
I would see if there's anything we needed for our new Grey Maiden friend. Also, out of character, I'm adding the things we got off the Sploder to our sheet.
Okay.
I know there's a lot of stuff that Dalibor probably would take.
So the Grey Maiden would make a fantastic test person to use Mogan's equipment. She is proficient with all of it.
Perfect.
Does she need any rings or cloaks? Like a cloak of resistance or
She
something?
would she would do great with a ring and a cloak.
Ring of protection, I'm assuming.
Yeah, ring of protection
Sure.
+1, cloak resistance +2. We have multiples of each.
Might be time for another ally tab and an ally adjustment in the Golden Key spreadsheet. We can do that between games.
Yeah.
You grab any last minute equipment that you need from the Golden Key, which you don't have to have right now, just need to have by the time the battle actually happens. Out of character.
Figure it out.
Yeah, and then you head to the Citadel. All of you arrive. It is 8:30, something like that. Gates there are people waiting, expecting you, lead you in, allow your wagon to pull through the gate into the courtyard, where you see the 5 trusted lieutenants of Naveen with you, the Grey Maiden, ex-Grey Maiden Cerise. Chloe is there. And all of you. And I think that's everybody you're bringing with you.
Weren't we bringing a few more, like, people, more than 3 people that represent the city? So it actually seemed like the city was coming to their aid.
There are 5 people who represent the city, plus all of you.
6.
5 plus the Grey Maiden, 6 of you.
Will that be enough to convince the Shoanti that the city is coming to help them?
That was what that was what you could spare.
Okay.
I think that Naveen's prior judgment on that was, out of all of the people we can bring, these are the ones that are ready and might not just die going there. Is that right?
Yeah. Everyone else is like common or level 1, like in game terms.
And these are the only city guards that really...
Well, we can't have no city guards either. Like the forces are decimated. There's under 100 total.
Most of the city guard was Grey Maidens.
Yeah.
I actually during this game I didn't specify Jakardros.
Not.
So he doesn't know when we're leaving.
I mean, I'm sure you had time if you wanted to go get him. Or you could have told Steffi.
Oh, yeah.
Because weren't they in town for the festival?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They don't have a way to get back. Unless they walk.
Yeah. The lower
But, I
level
mean,
arrows
that's-
are. I'm not gonna take them up there.
Are you bringing Jakardros or not bringing him?
Jakardros, I would.
Okay. I imagine that many of your guards, since they were supplementing the guard for the Riverwind Festival, probably are at Citadel Volshinik. That would be where they are staying since they are working with the guard.
Yeah.
It would be either there, they would fluctuate between there and the Grosvenor Academy. And everybody was sent on from the Grosvenor Academy for the night.
Yeah, I would
Okay.
just take Jakardros.
Jakardros, okay. You've got Sergeant Aldrich Serthana, retired soldier. Ileana Eel Driftwood, ex-thief, street savvy. Thorum the Siegebreaker Ironfoot, mercenary with siege warfare knowledge. Quillen Thinkle, a scholarly mage. Kari Thundertamer, fearless dwarf blacksmith. Cerise, winner, champion of the Riverwind dueling tournament and ex-Grey Maiden. Chloe, warden of wind and protector of Zinshalast, formerly. And this Varisian Vanguard.
I'm assuming Delavor and Harry are coming as well, right? They're also.
Do you want to bring them with you? They're here at the Citadel. Are you bringing them into the battle with you?
I assume Harry's not going to be able to be told no. I think Delavor probably, I'm guessing, would probably stay in the town. He's not one for war.
Yeah.
His skills are better suited here for the prep. And if we don't come back, somebody needs to know how to distill it. Is Count Dowager coming? Or is he staying behind?
Enoch is staying behind.
Yeah, and Harry would also represent the city because he was a former guard.
So also Harry and Jakardros. All right, Arabella. Everybody's here. Would anybody like to give any words to the words of inspiration to the troops who are traveling into what will likely be certain death?
Arabella's just going to start casting the teleportation circle. It takes 10 minutes.
I glossed over one thing. You cast the blood biography on the way.
Yeah, it takes a minute.
You take this sticky Icarus blood, dab it to your tongue, open the scrap of parchment and lick the paper. Over the minute, you cast the spell. Oh.
Yeah, and I learned.
There is a will save. What is your save DC for your 3rd level divination spells?
One page. It's 3rd level. 21.
Okay. I'll roll this in the chat. A terrible fail.
Nice.
Okay, so what questions do you ask? Oh, you.
It gives me the
They-
4. So, who are you? The name by which the creature is most commonly known. What are you? Gender, race, profession, and role.
Right.
I mean, the other two, how was your bloodshed and when was your bloodshed? I already know the answers to that out of character.
Or you think you do. Dun dun dun.
What are you? That's the biggest one.
Yeah.
That is the major one.
Gender, race, profession, role.
Race, gender, race, profession, role. Mr. Callister, what would we call his role?
The niche.
Direction.
Middleman.
Financial fund trustee engineer.
Middle management.
Middle management.
Oh, this is made.
There we go. Tangia dungeon in the house. Exclamation mark join to join that dungeon. Is Naveen going to try and give a speech after this?
Oh, whoa. What is that?
Make it dungeoneering.
$28.
Yikes.
And Ugothol is what the creatures which are more commonly known as faceless stalkers call themselves.
Oh. Oh. Ah. Okay.
He works for the Order of Benevolent Hearts now, though.
That's not good.
That's very sus.
The master is who I want to know. Who is the master?
Probably either the mistress or who shall not be named. Is there still blood left in the vial?
Trace amounts.
It's important. Okay.
Arabella, about faceless stalkers, the most important thing you know is that with 10 minutes of uninterrupted work, a faceless stalker can assume the form of a medium humanoid at will. They shape their body with this. If they pop out to their natural form, they get a bonus on attack rolls, damage rolls, skill sets, and saving throws for a round. They get a +10 on disguise checks when they use this ability in conjunction.
So they could disguise as any one of the people that attacked them or that they've seen.
Yep.
Okay. Well, she'll explain that on the way.
And then you were at the Citadel.
Yeah.
You, Miles, you know what faceless stalkers are. Totally. Sephi, you know what they are. Totally. You guys have fought faceless stalkers before.
Mm-hmm.
You think about this more as Arabella concludes the casting of her teleportation circle. This is not a permanent one, correct, Arabella, or is it?
It is not permanent. I don't have the money.
Okay.
Because I believe we decided against a permanent one because we don't want the enemy to have a way into the city.
So that circle will last for 10 minutes a level.
Yep. So 180 minutes.
Should last long enough to get our
you dismiss
troops
it,
and
I assume.
supplies through.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Mark off your 1,000 gold worth of amber dust.
Yeah,
And
Neil Landis and the King gave me that. Oh.
Everybody sees the circle which their fate would step through.
I step through. I look at everybody and I nod and then I step through.
Miles goes.
Yep. Brianna
Mhm.
goes.
I'll go.
Arabella's gonna wait till the last person. Just in case anybody's an idiot and needs instructions.
The people who watched you step through, your 5 lieutenants, Jakardros, Cerise, Chloe, step through. For Chloe, it's just like she steps 1 foot on it and it goes through. You know, she outfitted with these bombs go through.
Steffi will lead that shadow mist through.
Okay.
With the cart.
So you appear. This will be all of you plus Safi Shadow Mist. I will get everybody else, all your NPCs on there later. But you appear at Flameford. Under the Cinderlands, Flameford. And put you kind of by this tent back here. Right. It is, well, busy here.
Oh.
Night has fallen over Flameford, or nearly. The sun is gone, but the dark hasn't settled. A massive bonfire burns at the heart of the Sklar Quah camp, its flames snapping and roaring high enough to throw wild shadows across stone, hide, and painted flesh. The air is thick with smoke, sweat, and fury. You can hear the camp before your eyes even register from the teleportation circle to see it. Your magical approach, for all its ceremony, seems barely noticed. Angry voices rise from every direction. Each a sharp, guttural, from every direction, sharp, guttural Shoanti curses shouted in rapid bursts. Warriors argue, spit into the dust, slam their spear butts against the ground. Some shout the name of a burn rider. Others shout for blood. The whole encampment feels coiled tight, ready to break loose. Tomorrow there will be a battle, but it seems tonight there is a judgment. You approach the edge of the firelight. You can move if you so choose. Just as a small figure is shoved forward. She looks like this.
Oh.
A young girl, barely a decade on Galarian, stumbles, nearly falling, then straightens, barefoot, filthy, clutching her little quarterstaff with both hands. Her face is streaked with tears and ash, but her eyes are wide and fierce. Before anyone can pull back, she speaks. Pull her back, she speaks, her voice thin but desperate, barely carrying over the crackle of the flames. He didn't murder him, she cries. He fought him. The burn rider attacked first. He just won. A roar of outrage answers her. Several warriors shout, one over another, voices sharp with fury. You catch fragments in Shoanti. Coward, outsider, shamek, blood debt, burn rider. Someone spits into the fire. At the center of it all, just behind her, kneeling in the dirt, is an old half-orc warrior. His hands are bound behind his back. One side of his face is swollen and dark with bruising. Blood dried stiff along his jaw and neck. He is breathing slowly, deliberately, holding himself upright through sheer will. He does not look at the crowd, and he does not look at you. One of the elders, broad, scarred, his armor scorched and blackened, steps forward and points at the half-orc with open contempt. You recognize the person that is doing it as Kemchet Flamestoker, the raid leader of the Shoanti. He killed a burn rider, he snarls, on the eve of war. Another voice answers him, older, quieter, but no less heavy. A figure wrapped in sun-faded robes and ritual markings leans on a staff. His eyes reflect the firelight like a cat's eyes or some sort of wild animal. This is the Sun Shaman you recognize. Blood was spilled, the Sun Shaman says. The spirits do not care who struck first. The girl's voice breaks and cracks as she shouts back, "He saved me! He always saves me!" For the first time, the half-orc moves. He lifts his head just enough to look at her. His jaw tightens. His eyes flick briefly towards the elders, and then away. He says nothing. The shouting swells again, angrier now, closer to violence. Several warriors grip their weapons more tightly. The fire roars as if it answers them, and then a hand is raised. Silence falls, not completely, but enough for this person to be heard. The chieftain, Sklar, stands at the far side of the fire. His expression is carved from stone. His gaze moves from the old half-orc to the young half-elf, and finally, noticing all of you approaching through the tents to you. "No arrests," he says, his voice carrying clearly over the flames. "You arrive as judgment is being weighed." Around the fire sits the elders of the Sklar Quah, raider leaders, shamans, heroes, and diplomats. Some look at the half-orc with naked hatred, others with cold calculation. One or two watch the girl with something like discomfort. The bonfire crackles, the camp watches, the night holds its breath. "If you would like to speak," he says, "speak now." And that's where we're going to end tonight's game.
Oh, I hope I remember what's going on.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody who is hanging out in the chat, thank you so much for being here, everybody. Thank you for hanging out, chatting. Thank you again to Roll2Toke for the raid. Guys, go check out Roll2Toke. Their RPG is available on DriveThruRPG. Sounds like they just updated all their maps, and they'll be removing a lot of images for their new art coming up. So you definitely want to go and check out Roll2Toke on DriveThruRPG. We are going to raid out, but before we do so, I want to say thank you again to Andrew and all of our players for joining us today and running this game. Because of the holidays, the next installment's actually going to be also on a Monday. We're looking at a January 12th date for the next installment of the Claimers Conquest. So throw that in your calendars that this will be on the 12th. It's already in the !RPG command, so you can see all of the scheduling for all of our upcoming tabletop RPGs. If you like tabletop RPGs, this Wednesday, we've got Mechanical Corners, the finale of the game that Mark is running from Fight in a Box Games. He will be joining us on Wednesday for Mechanical Corners. It'll be myself and Bryant and Rachel, who are on either sides of me on the screen here, as well as Janai from the Sandpoint, the Stolen Souls campaign. So come and join us on Wednesday for that. Of course, we'll have regular video games the rest of the week, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, as per normal schedule. Some of them might be a little bit early. So thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to raid on out. Let us see who we have available on our listy list of people who are out there doing all of the things. So let me take a look. See here. What do we got up? Yeah, well, there's a lot of people on right now. Let's go and share some of love with someone we haven't rated in quite a long time. We're going to go and it's not RPG related. They're not doing games. It is Monday, and they do lots of cool stuff. If you like education, if you like science, if you like just cool as shit stuff. We're gonna go and raid over to Science Streams. He is a science streamer, but he's really cool. You just learn all kinds of cool stuff. He's really chill, laid back, and just the stuff he has is so cool. I don't care what you like and what you don't. He is fucking cool as hell. So we're gonna raid on over to Science Streams. Today is Microscopy Monday. Usually he's looking under the microscope at stuff and explaining details on stuff and whatever the topics happen to be. So come along with us to raid the one and only Science Streams. You can use my raid emotes, your raid emotes, or anybody's raid emotes. Just make sure your voices are heard. And yeah, my command isn't working because it's turned off for some reason. So we can just go boop, 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 whatever you want. Epic Realms raid. Thank you. You can copy paste that, type in whatever you want. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night, everyone. Take care, and thanks again, everyone.